Hello, hi, and welcome. I am setting up my paper. I made a line down the middle vertically. I'm going to do a second set of bookmarks, and so I thought I would show you maybe a different take on those. And so I'm going to tape the edges, including the center. We have a nice border on there. My tape I do reuse. I'm going to take my Etchr size 8 round brush. I'm going to play with some pink skies this time around. So I'm going to grab some pinks and some reds. And I'm doing dry, wet on dry. And I'm just going to start making some shapes. I'm going to soften up these edges here. I'm going to stay loose. And I'm just going to bring color in this way. Rotating between a pink and a red, and a wet brush and a paint-filled brush, and just softening up as we go. This was a lot of paint, so maybe we should lift some off here. I didn't keep very much white, so again, I'm just gonna kind of drag my brush around organically, picking up some color. And I do notice there's some harsh edges there. Take my brush and smear it around. Okay. You can also do this wet on wet if you're more comfortable. Do what feels right for you. Maybe I'll add some this more purpley pink I have over here. Do what feels right for you and just play with the paints. If it feels better starting wet on wet, absolutely do that. If you want to experiment with this dry technique, try that too. It's not really dry because, here I am adding a lot of water, but you will get more negative space, white space, which I kind of like. And we're not overthinking this. We're just going to try to stay loose and not lose all our white space if you don't want to. If you want to, by all means, again, do what you enjoy, what kind of makes you happy, what you're comfortable with. If you want to be comfortable, if you feel like stepping outside of your box, try a different way, right? If you want to stay in what you're comfortable with, do that. Okay, we kind of have this really loose cotton candy-y feeling sky going on here. Just going to bring it all the way down to the bottom, so that when we do take our border off or paint tape off, we'll have a nice border. I do like to often darken up my corners here, each corner here. We'll pretend this is one piece, so that's why you kind of see the sweep. And I think we're going to keep it nice and simple. I'm just going to add a few more pieces of darker pieces. I like how I say that. A few more pieces of darker color. We're just going to drop in a little more, and if your shape starts going funny, I just use more water and move it around with my brush, and then I'll try it again. Sometimes you can manipulate. Sometimes you'll get lines if your paper is starting to dry. With cloudy skies, I feel like it kind of works for you, so it's okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get in some ground here. Just looking for a specific color, and perhaps I'll try this color. Kind of a blue-gray, greenish color. My paper's not completely dry. It's mostly dry. And I'm going to let it get darker at the bottom here. Just like that. I'm gonna leave those white spots right there. It'll work its way up a little bit. And then I think, okay, we're gonna dry because I don't want to bleed in my trees necessarily. We're just gonna start with our trunk and work our trees down in. It would have been nice if my sky had been dry and then my mountain had been wet, so that I could do what I'm about to show you. I could do this instead. I could rinse my brush, get it wet but not soaking, and then just do this. Okay, so we'll go back and do that each time probably, but you don't want to use too much. Okay, just do the trees real loose in your style, whatever your style is, whatever works for you doing trees, whatever you found to be the easiest to make your trees. I know everybody does trees a little bit different, and they don't have to look perfect because trees aren't perfect. And once you get all your trees together, they don't need to look perfect because no one's going to be, checking out each tree. All together, they'll see forest and they'll see tree. So we're just going to keep adding these until we feel like we have enough. Maybe one more over here, and then I do like to do odd numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And put another little one here, and maybe just another one here. Okay. Then what we'll do, we'll go back with our brush and we'll loosen up these bottoms so A, they blend into the ground more, and B, they lend to a little bit of shadow. We can always pick up our paint again and just kind of add a little bit to that if we've lost some. And then we can just do that if we want to kind of even it all out and feel like the texture's even. Okay, now we'll add a few birds. Make sure you're got enough paint. I love this brush, by the way. If you need a good round, these are really, really nice brushes. I never knew they were that nice. Yeah, super surprised by the tip on this brush. So I'm going to be careful and not ruin it. I'm going to be more gentle. Okay, and I think that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need one more. There we go. Okay, now we can take just a little bit of paint on our brush, and we'll just do a few little corner bits. Darken up these corners. That's just a few grasses. You can switch to a liner if you prefer. I have a size 0 here. This is a great brush if you're looking for a liner. It's Dshalie. I have it all linked in the descriptions and such for you. And then if you feel like maybe we lost something in here, you can just kind of drop some more color in there. And then again, take your brush and maybe just play it around. Just give yourself some texture. If you like the smooth look, stay with the smooth. I like texture. I like the rustic. So for me, and then I'm going to stand up and I'm going to look at it through the camera to make sure that I've got what I like. And I like what I see, and just spreading that out a little bit more. Keeping it really, really simple, and you can add more to it. Make it your own, do what you want, add details, don't add details, more trees, less trees, more mountains, less mountains, a hill, whatever. And again, we're not going for perfection, right? We're going for relaxation, for some color play, we're going for exploration, we're doing this to stay curious, we're doing this to explore, to test our boundaries, to just kind of see what works for us, maybe trying new colors, maybe trying a new brush for trees, and seeing what we like. So what I usually do is I take one of these rubber erasers, gummed kneaded erasers, and I just go down the middle and I erase our line that I use for tape, and that's it. Very quick little tree bookmark. You don't have to overcomplicate it. If you want to, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. And that's it.
Thank you, and I'll see you next time.